Hi there. Today on our welding table, there are fragments of the layout of the bridge that leads across the Golden Horn Bay in Vladivostok. Now we see its 3D model. We twist it in every way, and it is not an exact copy of it, but somewhat expanded, because otherwise it would be too long and too narrow. All these parts are made by laser cutting and chip bending of metal. The road consists of lead profiles, the roadway, the lower lead profile and stiffeners, as well as the side parts where the shrouds are attached. Up and down the road are connected by guide rails. The first and second. The distance between them is 2 millimeters, which corresponds to the diameter of the cable. The angle of inclination of each shroud is individual, therefore, each hole and groove for the correct location of the shrouds are also individually drawn. Starting the assembly. Not yet welding, but already assembling. To understand, you need to cut some pieces of iron or knot. We assemble the spike groove parts, so that we can fix it all on the other side without welding. A great tool. We need these strips only in order to maintain rigidity during transportation and assembly. Now we will saw them off, and we will get spikes like below, and on these spikes, we will plant the opposite parts of the road. Subscribe to the channel Piece of Meat. And what about the good stripes? Will they go somewhere else? There will be a shelter. Now let's try on pieces of the road. Pieces of the road. Let's check our quantum system. Here's a class, and here's a class. To our joy, this whole thing has come together successfully. No jams have arisen, and it's time to check how our ribs stand up. Now we will throw them into the grooves that have been made for them. This is where the lower lead profile will stand, and then we will cut out this groove, and stiffeners are inserted here. They will then be cut out and taken out here too, but so far, these things are helping us very well for accurate positioning. We will not insert them all now in a row. In general, it is a joy that they are inserted. We will insert them after a few pieces, and put the road. The canvas seems to stand up, it fits very well. It's time to cook the pylons. Here, they are bent all great, but they are so small and do not pull on the pylons. That's why we call them pylons. We thought we were going to clean these pylons for a century, but they are almost ready. Cooked longer. It seems that all the class pylons have come out. Now is the time to destroy these spikes, and brew them, and later grind them. And instead of them, there will be a smooth story. Phantom bridges. Pam pam pam. Cable stayed bridges pam pam pam. Gas forgot to open. Earth. This should be inserted here and fit. And it fits. And inserted. And inserted. You're filming, that's cool. I'm filming. Well, that's it. The pylons are almost in order. The road with stiffeners is ready and already has some strength. This is the attachment point for the lower lead profile. I'll explain. We welded these strips in order to fasten the lower lead profile with exhaust rivets without leaving traces on the road. The upper lead profile, which stands up here, and stands up so firmly and steeply, there is no point in fixing it straight. Now we have to dock the road with these farms. Somehow we will farm it locally, because the wrong decision was made at the design stage. Well, it's not scary, not for the first time. The drill bit, by the way, broke, and we brewed it, and nothing, by the way, drills normally. This is a road. We drilled these holes ourselves. They sawed with a laser, because we are Alyosha. We thought that we would cook these places to the stiffening ribs here to these places. But in fact, it turned out to be unrealistic. Well, so I had to exhaust myself. Through these holes, we weld the road to the stiffeners and sand it. The moment has come that I've been waiting for a super long time. This is the sawing out of these pieces of iron, which we left so that it would be tough when we put this whole thing together. And now the structure has collapsed, the rigidity has its own, and the lead profile will fall here. Class, class, class. Aluminum is not your topic at all. It's not cooked, by the way. Put a bag of bones. The semi-controlled assembly was successful. Disassembly time. The ratchet is infuriating. We clamp the bat in the Shurik cool when under the 13th head. The head under the 13th diameter of the cartridge, Opa Opa. In my childhood, I constantly heard turn off the light, turn off the light. I tried to extinguish it, but I often forgot. And for this I was constantly flown in, right in general on tin. I didn't want to, but it came. And the same thing happened with remove the key from the lathe chuck. without working with gloves. And it was so tough and damn strong that now the lights are always on everywhere and the key is always in the lathe chuck. My base, I do what I want. Here, and in general, we need these things on studs that are smaller than a nut, and here we have welded a nut. Now we will clamp it into the lathe chuck, turn it on. And we will work as a Bulgarian. And now, like this, you can insert a hairpin pylon. She'll walk through it, and that's where she'll get out. And it will be possible to screw on, and then this hole, into which we inserted it, will be muffled with an LED profile, and everything will be gorgeous. We will put the LED profile here, and these partitions, as in the case of the rest of the grooves under the LED profile, were needed so that our pieces of iron would not lead away while we were welding. Beauty. Press the bell. Do you like to glue tapes the way I like to glue tapes? Pravyasheka? Not bad. Up is ready. Let's do the bottom. And to protect the top, they put an elite leather interior. The work, frankly speaking, is not welding. A completely different sleight of hand is required here. We soldered. We soldered. Well done. Yeah. Well, win. Well, win. Electricity is over. Samara is a small town. Restless me. To secure the shrouds, we used the inside of the electrical terminals. There is nothing more meditative on a deep Saturday evening than the installation of miniature shrouds, of which there are no less than about 100 pieces. But when I did all this work, connected the lighting, and looked at the bridge, I was just blown away. The result exceeded all my expectations, and by the way, I am not often satisfied with myself. The bridge is still a chandelier, so we put it in its natural habitat, because its main facade is all that we see from below, and this is more of a type of background lighting. Well, the bridge is glowing. Tomorrow we will take him to the shooting. In general in the water, he will rust, then we will have to skin him again. These 3 lighting sources will be turned on separately. It will be possible to turn on this separately, or the collar that hits the top. And each of these lighting sources is naturally dimmed. I can demonstrate. But now it will certainly not be very convenient, but it is understandable. One fine bright day, the Modrum company offered us to test their shoes for durability, sparing no horsepower. I chose firefighter boots, not shoes by the way, for welders, and I don't regret it. Look how cool they are. The fire does not take them, but the bandsaw takes them, and the device is immediately clear. I use them both at the base and in the forest, and I don't want others. Here it is dimming. In Kolvikel brighter, quieter. Hop. Hop here. I don't know what else to say. It seems there are no more words. By the way, our first model of the Peter the Great Bridge was only 1 meter long. The second model of the Queen Louise Bridge was already 1.5 meters. The length of this project is 3 meters. We hope that our next bridge will be able to walk in full height and that it will be a copy of a famous architectural structure across a river or stream, perhaps in your landscape design. Where are you, creative and brave customers? What do normal people do when they have completed an order, even if it is a very cool, complex, beautiful order? They give it to the customer. What are we doing? We are taking the bridge to its natural habitat, the water. Somehow it would be ugly if the bridge did not work as a bridge for at least a day. We will spend the whole day on this, although a lot of useful things could have been done during this time. Naturally, it will rust, and we will have to clean it again. But this is all in order to make a cool video. I want to say a big thank you to our comrade Roman Corson for providing handmade car models for filming.